Before I start retouching a file in Photoshop, I set up my workspace. You can do so many things here. You can add some personal shortcuts. You can choose what kind of panels you like to have here. And if you've done all that, you can save your workspace here with Save Workspace. But what I like to show you in this tutorial is something about the background of the image. The background of the image is very important. If you have a dark background like here, the gray in the rectangle looks here very light and very bright. If you have a very bright background, the rectangle here in this area looks like a dark gray. But the gray here inside the rectangle is always the same. Now you can see how important your background is. So when I work with a picture, I choose my background. If I work on a very dark picture, I don't choose a very light and gray right here. Then I like to choose with Select Custom Color a darker gray. If I have a very bright picture, then I choose a gray who's a little bit lighter. Something like that. Most of the time I work with very dark pictures, so I choose a darker gray. Of course, if you like, no problem. You can choose a background like this. But I think that's not the perfect background for retouching. So I change that and choose here a darker gray. But what I like to say you is not only keep an eye of the background here in Photoshop, also keep an eye on the background in the room where you are doing retouching. If you have a very, very dark room, it's not so good. If you have a very, very lightened room, it's also not so good. So set up your room first where you work with Photoshop, and then set up your workspace, your background, and then let's go with retouching.